What do you know?
What do I know? Well, for starters,
It's the second largest city in the United States, covering almost 500 square miles, and has 13 million inhabitants from every part of the globe. It's the center of the entertainment industry, and its name is synonymous with glitz, glamour, and celebrity. But there's actually a lot more to this metropolis. Its history goes back thousands of years and has included 3 different countries, an explorer who didn't feel like staying, a couple wars, an aqueduct, a sharpened eucalyptus tree, and yes, the movies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles.
this week, the city of Los Angeles.
Ah, Los Angeles, the city of lights.
No, that would be Paris.
The city that never sleeps.
No, that's New York. Most people don't know anything about Los Angeles. In fact,
If we were asked to give the history of LA, it'd be difficult. I mean, we weren't taught the history of Los Angeles in school like we were with such cities as Boston or Philadelphia or New York, cities that were integral to the beginnings of the nation.
for most of us, the history of Los Angeles begins somewhere around here. No, back further. Oh, come on! Here we go. The land that is known as Los Angeles has been inhabited for over 7,000 years. It was originally populated by the Chumash and Tongva Native American tribes. They built sturdy canoes called tattees, which were made by sewing planks together and caulking them with tar. And where did they get the tar?
They got it from here, at the famous La Brea tar pits. Today, the tar pits are part of a museum and a park in pretty much the center of Los Angeles. It would become famous in the 20th century for the staggering number of fossils found here of plants and animals trapped during the last ice age. Now, what we've done is actually taken the time to recreate one of those events. And just to warn you parents, what you're about to see is graphic. You may want to turn your children away.
By 1519, the whole of Mexico and a good deal of what is now the United States had been claimed by Spain, and after much deliberation, they decided to name it New Spain.
Brilliant!
In 1539, the Viceroy of New Spain, Antonio de Mendoza, commissioned Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo to explore the California coast and search for the mythical Strait of Anian.
Ciao. Why are you still here? Do you have a compass?
What do you know?
Is it cool if we just ask you stuff about plumbing? Is there anything coming up that's going to totally change the way we go to the bathroom?
The restrooms in Egypt or in India right now, these guys have full of buttons and stuff. That's where I think we're going as far as the United States.
Really? Do we need to make it more complex rather than just hitting a lever? Because sometimes I forget to do that. My girlfriend tells me about it all the time.
We're just gonna change from plastic to more stronger material like polyurethane, something that will last a lot longer. So with the toilets of the future, it's gonna be kind of like our doctors. So as you urinate, it's gonna test your urine. It's gonna actually email your doctor to see, if you have any conditions.
And I can opt out of that because I have a raging drug habit, right?
Yeah.
Next, the history of leaf blowers and gardening and sound interruptions.
What do you know?
What do I know? Well, in World War II in Korea, coconuts were used as makeshift IVs. The water in coconuts has almost the same properties as saline solution. In fact, coconuts are still used today in developing countries that have limited access to saline. But not this one. This one's filled with delicious Mai Tai. Oh yeah, that's what Daddy needs.
What do you know?
Thanksgiving. Time for pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, sweet potatoes, turkey, and food comas. Just like the Pilgrims had with the Native Americans that first Thanksgiving in 1621. Well, not exactly like that. They didn't have pumpkin pie back then. There were no ovens and no flour, so they just had boiled pumpkin. They didn't know what cranberries were, so no cranberry sauce. And no sweet potatoes. In fact, no potatoes of any kind. The Pilgrims thought they might be poisonous. And no turkey. It's more likely that they had duck or geese. But there are a few things we know they did have. Nuts, fish, clams, lobster, and deer.
Your mother can't be with you anymore.
Happy Thanksgiving, Grandma.
What do you know? What do you know?
What do I know? Well, the animal whose fingerprint most closely resembles a human being isn't the gorilla or the monkey. It's actually the koala bear. In fact, it's almost impossible to tell the difference between a human being's fingerprint and a koala's fingerprint, even under an electron microscope. So if you're ever going to commit a crime, bring a koala.